This is Rajesh Rao, math faculty. So let us welcome back to the second session of quadratic equations. That is how to find the solution of a quadratic equation by using factorization method. In third exercise, this is related to second exercise, and the third exercise is how to find the solution of a quadratic equation by using completing square method, and the fourth exercise is nature of the roots. So now in this chapter maximum they will ask 4 marks questions. So maximum word problems will come. So we'll discuss different types of word problems, and how to find the solution of quadratic equation by using factorization method. What is the general form of quadratic equation? Just we can recall as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. A comma b comma c belongs to real numbers. Let us take the alpha belongs to any real number. Alpha is the solution of a quadratic equation. Then we can substitute. That means alpha satisfies the quadratic equation a alpha square plus b alpha plus c equal to 0. A alpha square plus b alpha plus c equal to 0. When you substitute in the place of x alpha, it satisfies the equation. Satisfies means LHS value equal to RHS value. If you substitute, this total expression becomes 0, then this means alpha is the solution of the given quadratic equation. So here the quadratic equation is highest degree is 2. For the quadratic equation highest degree is 2. Then the solutions are 2. So when the highest degree of the equation is 2, then the number of solutions are 2. If it is a cubic equation, 3 solutions will come. If it is a biquadratic equation, 4 solutions will come. The highest degree of the equation is 5, then 5 solutions will come. So when we discussed about the polynomials, if it is a quadratic polynomial, 2 zeros are there. We discussed about zeros. But when we are discussing about quadratic equation, zeros. In a polynomial, zeros, and quadratic equation, solutions. Quadratic equation, solutions. According to that degree, number of solutions will come. So now, how to find the solutions of quadratic equations? From that exercise, we can see the different models. So find the roots of the following quadratic equations by using factorization method. One of the question I am taking from the textbook, root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Children are facing the problems, they are feeling difficult when they give root values. Those are also easy. Questions they will not give difficult way, they will give in easy way. When you start thinking, definitely you will get the solution. So without thinking, you are feeling it is difficult, means you cannot think anything. That's why before feeling the difficult, first you have to think, can we do or not? Just we can do. Just try it, whether it is right or wrong. If you try, then you'll get the right or wrong answer. Okay, without doing any solution, you cannot justify whether it is right or wrong. So now I am taking same factorization method how we have done in previous session polynomials. Same procedure we can apply here. What I said, x square coefficient and a constant term. What is the x square coefficient? Root 2. What is the constant term? 5 root 2. 5 root 2 into root 2. 5 root 2 into root 2. Product of this means this term and this term means x square coefficient and constant term. We have to take the product. Then 5 root 2 into root 2 is 5 into 2. That is 10. Root 2 into root 2, 2. 5 2 is 10. Then coefficient of x is 7. What are the numbers you have to take to multiply to get 10 and addition or subtraction to get 7? Those two numbers are 5 and 2. Then I am taking root 2 x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. 5 root 2 equal to 0. So now this one is I split it as 5x plus 2x. Now from these two terms, first two terms, always you can take first two terms. From these first two terms, take the common value. What is the common value? X. Then root 2x plus 5. Root 2x plus 5. Then as it is this value, what I said in the polynomial, as it is whatever you got in the bracket, the same value you can write with bracket, root 2x plus 5. So take common from these two. So to get this term, to get this third term, what number you have to multiply with root 2x? If you multiply root 2 plus root 2, root 2 into root 2, 2x you will get. So then root 2 into 5, 5 root 2, that equal to 0. So here one term, here another term. So this is root 2x plus 5. I am taking from these two terms root 2x plus 5 as a common. Plus, sorry, root 2x plus 5 common. Then x from this root 2x plus 5 common means the remaining value is x. Plus from this term root x plus 5 is common, root 2 is the remaining value. So two linear factors are coming. So definitely when you do the factorization of quadratic equation, definitely you will get two linear factors. This is a linear expression, this is the linear expression. That means linear polynomial, linear polynomial. Two linear polynomial, product of two linear polynomial definitely will get. Okay, when these two linear polynomial we have to make equal to 0. To find this value, we need to take this one other side. So 0 by anything 0. Then root 2x plus 5 equal to 0, one case. And if you want to find this one, close this one, and this one you can take other side. 0 by this value is 0. Then x plus root 2 equal to 0. These two cases will get. So root 2 x equal to minus 5, x equal to minus 5 by root 2. So now here x equal to minus root 2. So for that x value, there are two solutions. One is minus 5 by root 2 and another one is minus root 2. Minus root 2. So when you got two solutions, that is the solutions of a quadratic equations. Quadratic equations. When they give root values, definitely children are feeling difficult. Root values to solve difficult. No, there is no difficult when you are taking the common. If you know how to take common, here only this one is the simple one, but you are feeling difficult here. But when you are thinking it is easy, definitely it will become easy. If you are thinking it will be, if it is difficult, then definitely it will become difficult. Don't think difficult way. We can be in positive way, then we'll get the solution. So in this way we can find the solution of a quadratic equations. Now let us take one more example, that is 8th one, x minus 3x by 2. X minus 3x by 2 by factorization method also. X minus 3 by x equal to 2. X minus 3 by x equal to 2. This is the solution question they gave. Solve the quadratic equation by using factorization method. When they give this type of questions, immediately you can take, this is a fraction, this one is also a fraction. If there is no denominator means we can make it as 1. Then take the LCM of these two fractions. Because of that, already I said in between two fractions addition sign, subtraction sign is there. Definitely we need to take the LCM of denominators. What is the LCM? X into 1 is x. So now do the cross multiplication. Because of that I am taking the product here, x into 1. X into x, x square minus 3 equal to 2. So in between two fractions, this is total one fraction, this is another fraction. In between two fractions there is equal to sign. In this case, do the cross multiplication. X square minus 3 into 1, x square minus 3 equal to 2x. So now x square plus 2x is here. When you take this side, then it will become minus 2x. Why we are taking this side? The general form of quadratic equation is equal to 0 is there on the right hand side. That's why x square minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Now do the simplification of factorizations. X square minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Now same way, constant term is what? Children are thinking 3. That is not 3. Minus 3, including symbol also we have to take. That is minus 3, and x square coefficient is 1. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. Then what is the x coefficient? The x coefficient is minus 2. X coefficient is minus 2. Then what are the numbers to get here? When you multiply those two numbers to get minus 3 and addition or subtraction minus 2. 3 and 1 you can take. 3 and 1. If you take here negative sign, definitely it will satisfy the both conditions. If you multiply, you'll get minus 3. If you add minus 3 plus 1, minus 2. So the numbers are minus 3 and 1. X square minus 3x plus 1x minus 3 equal to 0. See here. So what I said, from these first two terms, if you take x common, x minus 3, and here also you can write x minus 3. To get the third term, what number you have to multiply to x to get the third term? Plus 1 is equal to 0. Here one term, here another term. From these two terms, what is the common value? X minus 3 and x plus 1. Why? Because x minus 3, if you take common, x will become here, and from here the second term x minus 3, if you take common, plus 1 will become here. So x minus 3 into x plus 1. So two linear factors, x minus 3 and x plus 1. So if you want to find x minus 3 value, close this one, and here it is multiplying x plus 1. If you will take other side, 0 by x plus 1 is 0, x minus 3 equal to 0, that is the first case. And if you want to find x plus 1 value, close this one and take x minus 3 on other side, then x plus 1 will become 0. So x equal to 3 and x equal to minus 1. These are the solutions of a quadratic equation. Solution of a quadratic equation. If you substitute these two values in this equation, definitely you will get the right hand side value. Otherwise, your solutions are wrong. If it is otherwise, means if it is not satisfied, if you are not getting the right hand side value, definitely your solutions are wrong. Maybe there is a simplification mistake in your expression. Understand? So coming to the one more question is there, last question. This is in this model, 3 into x minus 4 whole square, 3 into first main last bit, that is 3 into x minus 4 whole square minus minus 5 into x minus 4 equal to 12. 5 into x minus 4 equal to 12. Now see here, this is not simplified expression. We have to simplify. So how to simplify? Already I said we cannot do the square, we cannot apply square for these two terms, which is in the form of a minus b whole square. We have to apply the identity of a minus b whole square. So now 3 into x square plus 4 square minus 2ab. Close the bracket. First term completed. Coming to the second term, minus 5x. Children are doing some children are doing mistake here only. Directly they are writing minus 4. You are not multiplying with 5. Definitely we have to multiply with 5. Before multiplying, we have to multiply their symbols also. Minus into minus plus, 5 4s are 20 equal to 12. So now multiply here. How many terms are here? 3 terms. Each and every term we have to multiply with 3. 3x square. 4 4s are 16 into 3, 48. Minus 2 4s are 8. 8 3s are 24x. Minus 5x plus 20 equal to 12. What I said, all right hand side values we have to put in left hand side. Because of that right hand side value we should make equal to 0. So 3x square plus 48 minus 24x minus 5x plus 20 minus 12 equal to 0. identify the like terms. Any x square term is there. There is no x square term. Sorry, there is no another x square term. Only one x square term is there. That is 3x square. X terms minus 24x and minus 5x. That is minus 29x. 29x. 48 plus 20, that is 68. 68 minus 12. 68. 48 plus 20, that is 68. 68 minus 12. 58. 68 minus 12. 56. 56. Equal to 0. Equal to 0. Now we need to factorize this one. We need to factorize this one. So already I explained different questions by using factorization. Multiply this term and this term. Take the product of these two values and write like this here. And take here minus 29 to here. Then identify these two values, do the simplification. So as it is before how we have done the last two sums, similarly we can find the solution. Finally you will get two linear factors, x value and another x value. Those two are the solutions for the given quadratic equations. Quadratic equation. So this is the one of the models. When they give direct quadratic equation, we need to find the factors by using factorization method. So now 4 marks questions. 4 marks questions, so they will ask word problems. Already morning I said, if it is a word problem, we are having almost 9 word problems are there. From that 9 word problems, we can see the sum of the word problems. I will explain the some 3 or 4 problems here. When you take the word problems, you have to understand the word problem. If you are not understanding the word problem, once again I am telling, if you are not understanding the word problem, you cannot do the solution. So statements also we have to write. Statements also we have to write. When you are doing the solution, you have to remind, you have to keep in your mind what we have to find, what we are finding. That you have to keep in your mind. Otherwise, you can do the solutions continuously. Continuously you are going. Where we have to stop, we don't know. What you have to find, what you are finding, we don't know. When you are keeping in your mind what we have to find, definitely you can stop wherever they are asking the solution. Till there only you can do the solution. So now one of the important question from this exercise is find two consecutive positive integers. Find two consecutive positive integers whose sum of the squares is 613. Whose sum of the squares is 613. So this is the question they are asking. Maybe 4 marks question also they will ask. So read the question carefully. Find two consecutive positive integers. So two consecutive positive integers. Consecutive means what? One after the other. If you are taking 7, the consecutive number is 8. If you are taking 10, the consecutive number is 11. If you are taking p, the consecutive number is p plus 1. Because of that, you are adding to 1 to the before number. Then you will get the next number. So if you are taking the first number is x, the consecutive number is x plus 1. X plus 1. So whose sum of the squares, squares means both number squares and their addition, their sum is 613. So let us take two consecutive numbers are x comma x plus 1, x plus 1. Only positive numbers we have to take. Consecutive positive integers they are asking. Okay, that means positive numbers only we have to take. Then they are asking who is the sum of these squares. equal to 613. Sum means addition. Squares of those two numbers, that means x square, another number is x plus 1. This is wrong. The total number whole square we have to write. Some of the children is writing x plus 1 square. Square means x plus 1 square, not x plus 1 square. X plus 1 whole square we have to write, equal to 613. So x square plus, here also a plus b whole square identity, a square plus b square plus 2ab equal to 613. If you frame the equation, definitely you can do the solution. If you don't know how to frame the equation, that's why the first exercise depends upon the how to frame the quadratic equation by using the following situations. Situations means they give some different word problems. Okay. Now x square terms, like terms, x square plus x square is 2x square plus 2x is 1 minus 613 equal to 0. 2x square plus 2x minus 612 equal to 0. From these three terms you can take 2 common, because of that this is also divisible by 2. Okay, here the last unit digit is 2, that's why it is also divisible by 2. Now if you take common 2, x square plus 2 minus 306. 306. 2 here multiplying, when it will go other side, 0 by 2 is 0. So our equation is x square plus 2x minus 306 equal to 0. 306 equal to, take 2 common, then x only. Sorry, x only. So how to find the factors? Before finding the factors, here see the units digit is 6 and x coefficient is 1. X coefficient is 1. X coefficient is 1 means you have to take the consecutive numbers. Addition or subtraction will get. Consecutive numbers means if you are taking 5, you need to take 6 only. Because of that subtraction is 1 you will get. If you take 7, you need to get, you have to take 8 or 6. 8 or 6. Consecutive number or means successor or predecessor you have to take. Now the units place is 6. What are the two numbers if you multiply to get as 6? Units place as 6. So it is possible for 12, 13. 12, 13. Because of that these two are consecutive and 3 2s are 6. In this case also we can check. 13 2s are 26. 13 1s are 13 plus 2. 15, 156, not possible here. Then you can go for again 22 and 23. 22 and 23. There also, if you multiply 22 and 23, they definitely will get more than 306. More than 306. Similarly, in this way, is there any another two numbers we have to check? Is there any another two numbers? Like I am checking 7 8. 7 8s are 56. 7 8s are 56. 8 minus 7 is 1 only. Similarly, 17 and 18 we have to check. 17 and, no need to check each and every number. If you know the simple logic, what is the units digit, then you can get the factors easily. So 17 and 18. 8 7s are 56. 8 1s are 8 plus 5, 13. 1 7s are 7. 1 1s are 1. So 6 306. So we got the number. So the numbers are 17 and 18. Like this way, we need to find the factors. So minus 306 and 1. So 17, 18. Now if you take minus here, definitely 17 minus 18 is minus 1, but here it is 1. Then change the negative sign for minus 17. Change the negative sign for 17. Then minus 306, if you multiply these two, minus 306, 18 minus 17 is 1. So now you can apply here x square minus 17x plus 18x minus 306 equal to 0. So take from these two terms, if you take common x minus 17 and here also x minus 17, what number you have to multiply with x to get this third term? Plus 18 or plus 18 or minus 18. So that is plus 18 plus 18. If you take plus 18 only, it will satisfy. If you take minus 18, minus 18x it will become. So we cannot take minus 18 here. Now here two terms are there, x minus 17, x minus 17 and x minus 17 is common from these two terms. If you take x minus 17 common, remaining value is x, and x minus 17 common, remaining value is 18. So two linear factors came. So x minus 17 equal to 0, that is one case. X plus 18 equal to 0, that is another case. X equal to 17, x equal to minus 18. X can't be negative because of that positive integers they are asking. Consecutive positive integers, we cannot take x value, this one. So therefore x equal to 17, therefore two consecutive integers are 17 comma 18. 17 comma 18. One of the values x you are taking, that is 17. Another one is 17 plus 1 is 18. 17 plus 1 is 18. This is the way to find the solution of a quadratic equations by using factorization method. So this is the one of the important word problem. In your exam, maybe they will change the values. Try to understand the procedure. If they change the values, if you know the procedure, if they change the values, you can do the solution. Otherwise, if you by heart the values, when they will give this question only, you can do the solution. If they change the values, you cannot do the solution. That's why try to learn the procedure. Then only you can do the solution. One more question we can see. Similarly, the altitude of a right angle triangle is, the altitude of a very easy questions, word problems. The altitude of a right angle is 7 centimeter less than its base. The altitude of a right angle is 7 centimeter less than its base. And if the hypotenuse is 13, find the two sides. If the hypotenuse is 13, find the two sides. Hypotenuse they gave, we need to find the two sides. Altitude of a right angle triangle. So the total problem is going in a right angle triangle. Okay, so 7 centimeter, altitude is 7 centimeter less than its base. Draw a right angle triangle here. So in this right angle triangle, here it is right angle A, B, C. So always we know that the angle opposite to 90 degrees is hypotenuse. That means the side opposite to right angle is hypotenuse. The side opposite to right angle is hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is what? 13. And altitude is what? AB is the altitude. Height. AB is the altitude. So altitude is 7 centimeter less than its base. If you know the base, then you can find the altitude. Minus 7 if you take, then you will get the altitude. So base you don't know, that's why you are taking x. And altitude is x minus 7. You know how to, if you know this way, then you can do the solution. Let the base of the right angle triangle equal to x centimeters, and altitude equal to altitude of the right angle triangle equal to x minus 7 centimeters. Then hypotenuse they gave 13 centimeters. 13 centimeters. So in a right angle triangle, we know the Pythagoras theorem. Already we know the Pythagoras theorem. What it is saying, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. So the square of the hypotenuse, that is AC square by AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. Sum of the squares of other two sides. AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. What is AC here? 13 square equal to, what is AB? X minus 7 whole square plus what is BC? X square. So 13 square is 169. A minus B whole square here we have to apply. That is x square plus 49 minus 14x minus 2ab. 2 7s are 14, 14 into x, 14x plus x square. So now 169 equal to x square plus x square, like term. So 2x square minus 14x plus 49. So 2x square minus 14x plus 49 minus 169 equal to 0. 169 equal to 0. So 2x square minus 14x, 169 minus 49. 169 minus 49, that is 0, 120. So symbol is bigger value symbol we need to keep, that is minus 120 equal to 0. Again we need to take common factor from each and every term. What is the common factor? 2 is the common factor for each and every term. Then if you take common 2, x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. X square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. So now the equation is x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. Okay. Now x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. Right. So now we need to find the factors. So for 60 minus 60 and minus 7. Minus 60 and minus 7. So what are the factors we have to take? So now 10 into 6. But 10 and 6 if we add or subtract we will not get minus 7. Minus 7. So 15 into 4. 15 4, that is 11. Definitely will not get there also 4. Okay. So now coming to the identify the next factors. Next those type of factors. So 12 5. 12 5. 12 5s are 60. 12 and 5 you can add and subtract, then you will get the values. So now you need to get minus 7 here. So if you keep negative sign for 12, definitely you will get minus 7. Multiplication minus 60 is satisfying. X square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 equal to 0. Take x common, x minus 12, and x minus 12 as it is you can write here, plus 5 if you take common, x minus 12 and x plus 5 equal to 0. Two linear factors, x minus 12 equal to 0 and x plus 5 equal to 0. So first case, second case, x equal to 12 here and x equal to minus 5. We cannot take minus 5. X can't be negative because of that x is a positive value. Length means base. Base means length. Length cannot be negative. So base equal to 12. Then height equal to, that means altitude equal to 12 minus 7, 5 centimeters. Understand how to find the solutions of a quadratic equations by using the following, by using these situations, by using the word problems, So definitely statements are very, very important. First read the question carefully and try to write the statements for each and every value. Then you can frame the equation, means quadratic equation. then you can find the solutions by using quadratic equation, by using factorization method, by using factorization method. One more important question we can see here, that is so one more important question, that is trains question, that is 8th question. Two trains leave a railway station at the same time. Two trains, I'm not discussing all the questions here. Whatever the questions feeling difficult, those questions children are feeling difficult, those questions only I'm discussing here. Okay, two trains leave a railway station at the same time. Leave a rail station at the same time. The first train travels towards west and the second train travels towards north. The first train travels towards west and the second is towards north. The first train travels 5 kilometers faster than the second train. The first train travels 5 kilometers faster than the second train. The first train is faster than the 5 kilometers faster than the second train. The first train is 5 kilometers per hour faster than the second train. If after 2 hours they are 50 kilometers apart. If after 2 hours they are 50 kilometers apart. So we need to find the average speed of each train. Find average speed of each train. So by seeing the question, children are feeling this much big question we can't to do. How to do this type of questions? Don't think in that way. Be positive. Do it with a positive way, positive mind. Definitely you'll get the solution. Nothing is there in that. So these type of questions we can use in competitive exams also. So see here, two trains leave a rail station at the same time. Two trains leave a rail station at the same time. So now this is the starting point of a train. We know the directions. So this is north, south, east, west. So one train means this is the starting point. That means I'm taking here starting point. First train travels towards west and second train travels towards north. So this is the first train and this is the second train. So this is towards north and towards west. So both trains are starting here. Starting point. So one more sentence, like each and everything they will give. So one more sentence they give. The first train is 5 kilometers faster than the second train. We don't know the second train speed. That is, second train is what? Which train is first train towards west? This is first train and this is second train. So the first train is faster than the second train. First train is the faster than the, means 5 km per hour faster than the second train. Then the second train is x. Second train is x. Then the faster train is x plus 5. 5 km faster than the second train. 5 km faster than the second train. X plus 5. X plus 5. That is the speed of the train. Now I am taking here, let average speed of second train, that equal to x km per hour. Then speed of first train, that equal to x plus 5 km per hour. According to the question, 5 km faster than the second train, that's why x plus 5. Then after 2 hours, after 2 hours, that means 2 hours means the time they give. So distance equal to what? Speed into time. So from here to here, after 2 hours means 2 into, remember here, 2 into the speed. Then here also after 2 hours, 2 into the speed, distance. So now after 2 hours, both trains are in 50 kilometers distance. 50 kilometers distance. After 2 hours, both trains are in 50 kilometers distance. Now that means this is the distance between two trains, that is 50 kilometers. When you identify here, this is also a right angle triangle. So for this right angle triangle, I am taking this is A, B, C. Apply Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. So by Pythagoras theorem, AC square equal to means square of the hypotenuse equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. That is 50 square equal to, what is AB? 2x whole square plus 2 into x plus 5 whole square. 2 into x plus 5 whole square. Already I framed the equation. So if you frame the equation, definitely you can do the solution by using factorization method. Okay. Now 50 square is 2500. That equal to 4x square plus 4 into x plus 5 whole square. So 2500 equal to 4x square plus 4 into, again you need to apply here a plus b whole square identity. What is a plus b whole square? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So that is x square plus b square means 5 square, 25 plus 2 5s are 10x. 10x. Now I am removing the question here, because of that there is no space. So these type of questions, they will change the values. Same model, they will change the values. So 2500 equal to 4x square plus, multiply each and every term we have to multiply, 4x square plus 100 plus 40x. This 2500 you can take this side. So 4x square plus 4x square, that is 8x square plus 40x plus, if you take this side, then 100 minus 2500, this is equal to 0. So 8x square plus 40x minus 2400 equal to 0. Before doing the simplification, we have to identify the common factor. Is there any common factor or not? Is there any common factor or not? What we are finding here, x value. What is the x value? Average speed of the train. That only we have to find. When you are doing the solution, you have to remind in your mind what we are finding. So 8 you can take the common factor. So if you take 8, x square plus 5x minus 300 equal to 0. 300 equal to 0. 8 you can take other side. So x square plus 5x minus 300 equal to 0. So here we need to get to multiply minus 300 factorization method plus 5x plus 5. So what are the numbers we have to take here? What are the numbers we have to take here? So to get 5, 20 and 15. 20 and 15 definitely will get 305. Leave it about the symbols. Later we can see. 20. We need to get plus 5 here. Plus 5 means 20 minus 15 definitely will get plus 5. 20 into minus 15 minus 300. Minus 300. So children are thinking sometimes will not get factors. What we have to do in the time, sir? So sometimes you are not getting fact. Definitely maximum 99% questions. Definitely questions are having the factors. Like that only they will give. Okay. If you are not getting the factors, once again check your solution. Our quadratic equation is framing the quadratic equation is right or wrong. If your quadratic equation is right, even though you are not getting the factors, definitely there is no factors. Okay, once again you can check the quadratic equation. Now 20 into minus 15, that is 20 minus 15 is 5. So x square plus 20x minus 15x minus 300 equal to 0. Take x common, x plus 20, right, as it is x plus 20 here also. This is equal to 0. And to get third term, for this x value, what we have to multiply? Minus 15. Minus into plus minus, 15 into 20 minus 300. So again two terms, x plus 20 take common, then you'll get x minus 15 equal to 0. So two linear factors we got here. What are those? X plus 20 and x minus 15. So x plus 20, that is one case, x minus 15, that is another case. X equal to minus 20 and x equal to 15. What are those values? Kilometer per hour. So negative value we cannot take. X can't be negative, that's why x equal to 15 kilometers per hour. Conclusion we have to write. What is the conclusion? What we are finding? So on the before, what we have to take? Average speed of the train, that is second train, that is average speed of the second train is x we took here. So average speed of second train equal to 15 kilometer per hour. Then the average speed of first train equal to, first train is 5 kilometer per hour more than the second train. That means second train is 15 kilometer per hour. Then first train is what? 5 kilometer more than. That means 15 plus 5, that equal to 20 kilometer per hour. 20 kilometer per hour. This is the method to find the solution of a quadratic equation by using the word problems. And one more last example we can see, means the last model we can see, that is motorboat question. Last question and that second exercise. With that question we can complete this session. So here the different model questions will come, different model word problems will come. According to word problem, we need to frame the sentence. We need to frame the equation. Quadratic equation. If you frame the equation, then you'll get the solution. You cannot, if you will not frame the quadratic equation, you cannot get the solution. A motorboat heads upstream a distance of 24 km on a river. Important question this also. A motorboat heads upstream a distance of 24 kilometers. Upstream a distance of 24 kilometers on a river whose current is running 3 km per hour. In a river whose current is running 3 kilometer per hour. So read the question carefully. Next sentence is, the trip up and back takes 6 hours. The trip up and back takes 6 hours. The trip up and back takes 6 hours. Assuming that motorboat maintain a constant speed. Assume that motorboat maintain a constant speed. And what was its speed? What was its speed? So this type of motorboat questions means when it is upstream, when the boat is going in this direction, when a boat is going in this direction, water is flowing in this direction, we need to take the subtraction. We need to take the subtraction. Means water and boat both are going in same direction. We need to add. We need to add the speed. We need to add the speed of water and speed of the boat. Okay. Now a motor boat heads upstream a distance of 24 kilometers. Total distance is what? 24 kilometers in a river whose current is running. Current means what? Water. Current means water. Water is running 3 kilometers per hour. The trip up and back takes 6 hours. Up and back means from this side to this side and from this side to this side. This is one trip. This is another trip. Up trip and back. So time taken for both up and down is 6 hours. Up and down is 6 hours. I assume that motorboat maintain a constant speed. So let us take speed of boat equal to x kilometer per hour. Speed of water, that means speed of current, that equal to 3 kilometer per hour. That is also they give. Okay. Now distance equal to what? Total distance equal to 24 kilometers. 24 kilometers. Now already I explained in the previous session relation between distance, time and speed is DTS. DTS. That is distance, time, speed. Distance, time and speed. Distance is 24 and speed of the water is 3 kilometer per hour. Speed of the boat is x kilometer per hour. And they gave here the motorboat maintain a constant speed. Motorboat maintain a constant speed. That means uniform speed. It is maintaining uniform speed. Now upstream and downstream we need to find here. Upstream and downstream. So for upstream for boat and water, that is x minus 3 kilometer per hour. Downstream for boat and speed of water, that equal to x plus 3 kilometer per hour. Speed of upstream and speed of downstream. So this is the speed. Okay. And this is the boat speed and the speed of upstream and downstream, and total distance also they gave. Now time taken for upstream. Time means, what is the formula for time? Distance by speed. What is the distance? 24 kilometers. Upstream speed, that is x minus 3. So time taken for downstream. Here also time means a distance by speed, that is also 24 by x plus 3. Downstream, upstream. Downstream means both are going in same direction. Upstream means both are going in opposite directions. So both means boat and water. Boat and water. So total time taken for both upstream and downstream. Upstream and downstream. Total time taken for both trips, that is 6 hours. Both trips means upstream and downstream, that is up one trip and another trip, that is 24 by x minus 3 plus 24 by x plus 3 equal to 6 hours. 24 by x minus 3 plus 24 by x plus 3 equal to 6 hours. Now you can take common 24. 1 by x minus 3 plus 1 by x plus 3, that equal to 6. So you can take 24 is multiplying here. When you take other side, it will become divide. 1 by x minus 3 plus 1 by x plus 3 equal to 6 by 24. 1s are 4s are. Take the LCM here. X minus 3 into x plus 3. Cross multiply. X plus 3 plus x minus 3, that equal to 1 by 4. Plus 3 minus 3 gets cancelled. X plus x is 2x by, which is in the form of identity a plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square. X square minus 9 equal to 1 by 4. So two fractions is equal to, some cross multiply. 8x equal to x square minus 9. X square minus 9. 8x also you can take other side. X square minus 9 minus 8x equal to 0. That means x square minus 8x minus 9 equal to 0. So the numbers are minus 9 and minus 8. 9 and 1. So to get minus 8, we need to take negative sign for bigger value. 1 minus 9 minus 8. Minus 9 into 1 equal to minus 9. So x square minus 9x plus 1x minus 9 equal to 0. So take x common, x square minus 9 and sorry, x into x minus 9. Here also write x minus 9 plus 1 equal to 0. X minus 9, x plus 1. Factorization method this also. So x minus 9 equal to 0 and x plus 1 equal to 0. X equal to 9, x equal to minus 1. X cannot be negative because of the speed of the train. Speed cannot be in negative values. So speed of the boat equal to 9 km per hour. 9 km per hour. That is the, that only we have to find. So minus 1 we cannot take. So these type of questions they will ask in your public examinations. 4 marks questions will come maybe from this exercise. The total 9 word problems are there. Based on these 9 word problems, different model questions will give. So motorboat question and trains question, based on the right angle triangle question, applying Pythagoras theorem, and consecutive numbers questions. Okay, so these type of questions they will ask. So very easy exercise. Try to understand the concept and definitely you will get the solutions for this quadratic equations by using factorization method. And we'll see in the next session, that is third session, completing square method and formula method. Completing square method and formula method we'll see in third session. So we'll see in third session. Thank you to one and all.